Hey guys, JW here with another video on my channel. I wanted to do a quick shout out to some great people that work out at, if I'm saying this correctly, Krebs Brothers restaurant store. So if you're ever looking for something or need something ordered, I'm out of Arkansas. So with this store here, great products, very friendly and helpful staff. I'll be honest that they were the first ones that I got to meet and got to handle and feel my knives. So if you're ever like, where can I go? Shop local, look local. You can always go home and buy if you just decide to go directly from the manufacturer of Shun, if Shun is the one for you. If you go to the store I did, I got to see Wusthof as well. But this store here was a really big help. Very amazing, friendly people there. In this episode, we're gonna see how sharp our knives are out of the box. Just for some information here, they are out of North Little Rock, Arkansas. This would be their phone number. This is just my receipt from the purchase that I just made. But if you ever have any questions, I'm sure they would be glad to try and help answer those for you. Great, wonderful people there. If you're locally from Arkansas, nice to meet you as well. So what we're going to dig into out of our bag is how to, maybe you're worried, well, when do I need to sharpen? How do I need to sharpen? If you go to Shun's website, you can find this sharpener on their website. It's by KAI. It's the house, part of their housewares that they have there. Now, if you do go to their website, I'm going to try and get my hands on it at some point. Highly interested in it. Shun has their own kind of sharpening maintenance box, if you will. It comes in a nice, looks like a bamboo box of sorts with the beautiful logo on the front, just like on the front of our block over here. So with this one here, just kind of let you get a look at the package. Hold it still for you for a little bit so you can diamond and ceramic sharpener. Okay. We'll go over here to the back. Just kind of gives you a little bit of the do's and don'ts on here. I'm always a fan of following the directions when it comes to these kinds of things, because you will dull a blade, you could chip a blade, or offset your degree of the blade, and then you're just not going to get a very sharp knife that you started with, that you remember if you're just pulling out some old knives, like I compared in my very first video. So it tells you to start on the end as 1, then you go 2 and 3. It has all the steps over here. How many times you should run it through 1. This starts out with 2 times, number 2, 3 times, and so on as you follow along down through there. So I think maybe one of the items in here is for made with a ceramic style sharpening tool inside here. We'll take a look closer here in a second. because here it tells you what it does not sharpen. The serrated single bevel ceramic titanium, blades with nicks or chips in it, and then blades with a stock wider than 3.5 millimeters. So like probably closer to like some of your meat cleavers, some of those larger style blades that are too thick will not fit, or it could possibly mess up the knife or this handheld sharpener. Just a quick overall look at it in the package. We're going to go ahead and dive into here. There we are. Just fold that in there. So on the Shun website, you don't get to, and it kind of shows you kind of what they're talking about here as well. So some knives have what's called a bolster. Let me grab one of my old ones that I have here. So with this one, it has a bolster at the end. Just kind of got to watch it down here once you get here, because you don't want to just knock everything off as you're pulling or pushing on those blades, or maybe you're doing a stone to sharpen. So with this one, let's take a look here. It has rubber grommets in the bottom, a nice place to hold. I'm going to assume with the numbers being this way, we are going to basically set it here. Let's see here. It's a very smooth front here where you can kind of choke up on it, I guess, if you were doing it in the air, but I believe in some of the instructions that I was watching, you pull it, well, not too far out like that. I see what happened. It's supposed to lock in there, but this one, I guess, is not. There it goes. It's locked in there now. Something you'd have to play with, I'm sure. So you have your 1, your 2, and your 3. And basically, let's take a look here. So this here. So now the restaurant store that I mentioned, check your local stores as well if you don't feel comfortable sharpening. I asked, what sharpener do they recommend, or do they know anyone that does sharpening? And they said, yeah, we do it right here in our store. So if you ever need something sharpened sooner than later, or maybe you bought a knife and it's just older and no warranties are on it, and you just want to see if you can't get it back in shape, highly recommend giving your local person a try. I'm a big fan of shopping local. Let's take a quick look back at our directions on. Oh, nice. And so you know, has a 5-year limited warranty on here. Gives you their website to go check that out. And there we go. That was my refrigerator. Probably making some more ice cubes. So rough sharpening through the diamond is the number 1. And then refined edge is number 2. Slot heel to tip, so heel to tip. And you want to try and keep it straight. They don't want you to get in there cock wobbled or sideways, if you will, and damaging the ceramic piece down in here. And I guess this is another ceramic. So these are ceramic stones here. Let's take a look at step number 3 real quick. So number 3 is going to be the finishing. It says pull knife through, step 3, or slot 3, from heel to tip. Keep the blade straight. Do this 3 times. So step 1, we're going to do this 2 times. We're going to do it 3 times with number 3. And then number 2 was also, sorry, they're the same. 3 on number 2 as well as number 3. Once done, and it says when finished, reclose and store your sharpener. All right, so we're gonna go, it said, from heel, the back of the blade, to tip, which is the front. We're gonna stick it in there like that. You kind of hear it grinding in there already. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. So we just did like step 1, if you will. Let's see if it has gotten any sharper. Oh. Yeah, so that's what you don't want. You want it to, let's try it one more time maybe. So it's just kind of tearing through there. We're gonna probably have to run this through there some more to get it to sharpen the way we need it to be. But for now, let's set that aside and get down to how sharp are the Shun knives. So I have my 10-inch chef's knife, and we have our 8-inch Kyrgyzsky. I apologize if I butchered that. Again, learning on the go. We're gonna collapse this down. We're gonna set this over here to the side. Easy storage for that, I would say, for sure. As you can see, our paper here, let's see if we can't adjust our screen. There we are. You can see it just didn't cut. It left the paper all nice and fuzzy on the edges. This would be the paper test. Okay. Up first, this beautiful Kyrgyzsky. Hammer finish. You can see all the different folds that went into this this steel here. Here you're going to find your material that you're working with. That's a very important thing. This is that VG Max Damask with the Premier. And down here it even says, let me find the light here. Let's see if one of my newfound lights can help us out. It's right there in that hammer finish. Let's see. It's right here by my thumbnail. Sorry we can't see it, but they do label it very well. You just have to kind of find the right angle to get it all in there. It's a very light finish. Here, kind of a matte finish with the lettering, with it being probably like a laser or something etched in there. And I can just feel as I touch the edge of the blade, it's wanting to cut me. All right, suspense is over. Let's take a look. Whoa. You see that? Let's do that again. Maybe we wanna... So if you're wanting to know how sharp they are, I mean, just whoop. Oh. I was just playing there. Now this is just some printer paper that I had laying around here. You can see you can shape it just like as if you were using a scissor. Let's focus in again here. There we go. Get over here on this side. You can see how sharp they are by firm it up just a little bit here. And just cutting through everything like a champ, just like butter. Sorry, I had a lot of fun with that one. Let's go into our chef's knife. Ooh. Let's see if we can, oh, look at that. Let's straighten that off. Let's see if I can get a nice angle on that for you guys. Just thinly slicing. Maybe it's a tomato you're trying to thin slice. Look how thin that is. And I'm just one hand with the knife. See how thin we can get it right here. Oh. Look at that blade cut. Look how thin that is. From start to finish, you can just rip the rest of it off there. See how thin it was at the top? If I would have had a steady hand, you could probably just make a little confetti out of it. See how feathery I made that just with some short strokes. Or you can clean it up. Man, paring knife. It'll cut through it all. This is my 7-inch. This would be the 7-inch Santoku. You saw a smaller Santoku a second ago. I mean, just confetti over here, guys. I got one for you. Let's do it like this. I don't know, how many folds did we do? Let's see. So we got one piece of paper. Now we got 2 pieces of paper. Now we got 3. We're gonna make it 4 here in the middle. 5 and 6. 6 pieces of paper. Nothing to it. It's about 6 pieces right there just on the end. I'm just gonna roll it up as tight as I can get it now. I mean, you can hear it. Try and tighten it up as tight as I can get it. Let's see what we can do here. Just straight through it. And that, I mean, that's a tight roll. Let me show you here. It'll allow me to focus it. Look at that. All those little layers on the inside. That was a lot. Man, these are so sharp. All right, I done confettied all that up. Let's move on to our next sheet of paper here. Let's go with, so this is the utility knife. This one is a 6.5 inch. Same VG Max Damask pattern and steel. It's NSF rated for the chefs out there. I will do some looking into, I guess there has to be a certain quality of the blade or a certain standard to the blade for it to get a certification. So we're just going to start right here. Paper's nice and loose even. Now if I get my finger caught in here, it's gone. That's the bread knife. Here is our 8-inch chef knife. I mean, you can just see the nice logo in the back. Hammer finish, just gorgeous knife overall. We talked about in that first video the difference in some handles out there, how things are made. Now this one has a nice balance right here, I think is where it's at, because it wants to lean just a little bit. So they put it nice balance to the blade there. This one fits in it. This is the Premier set, by the way. Now it will fit anybody with a big hand. Just look at the curves on this handle, the shine, the little accent piece here with the brass looking ring or gold tone, the two-tone logo on this side, your information and logo on this side. Let's get to cutting again with this chef's knife. Oh. Oh. Let it. It was hungry. I wasn't letting it bite. That I crumpled it up and it got hung. All right, guys. We got one piece of paper here. We got two. Let's see what else I can sandwich up in to the middle of this thing. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna slide all these bad boys back into their slots. That was the 8-inch. This is the 10-inch. I recommend the 10-inch personally myself for what I like to use it for. You can use it for, you have something for your carving and everything like that. So there is your 8-inch, and here is that massive 10-inch blade there. Super sharp. Don't recommend getting 10 out of 10. Do not recommend getting your fingers around the edge of that blade unless you want to part ways with it. So always be mindful of taking care of your utensils so they can take care of you. There's that 6.5 utility. I like to try and get them all going the same direction. The beautiful Kurukski. I just love the way the blade is shaped. It's a combination of like a chef's knife and the Santoku knife, if you will. With these blades, They're just so beautiful. This one here, you probably use it for some vegetables and stuff like that. Obviously, it's sharp enough to cut just about anything you want it to. Last but not least, our paring knife. Usually, you see a lot of chefs, the one that they use is the chef's knife. Let's see, we got something on the end of there. A good microfiber cloth, just like this one, would be nice and easy. Now this one is just an old one that I had for my glasses. All right, last but not least, what we're gonna do here with this one is we are going to, do I have any other larger pieces? Yeah, we're gonna stack up our larger pieces, okay? Let's just throw this one in there long ways as well. Okay. Let me clean up my mess a little bit. Boy, we had a party, didn't we? All right. Surface is nice and clean. Let's bring it on in here, folks. Sorry for that jarring ride down. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all these pieces of paper. I'm going to fold all those in half. Remember, we got 1 piece, 2 piece, 3, 4, 5. Then you double it over and you roll it up and double again, because we're going to probably cut it right down this line here. Just going to roll it. This is the bread knife. I'm sure a lot of people are going to tell me I'm crazy. You can hear that. That is thick. That is a thick roll right there. Nice, tightly rolled. Now with the bread knife, I'm going to go with a forward motion. Bread knife, just as beautiful as the rest. This one could easily be used for other than bread, but gives you the nice clean cuts, so you do not have to worry about a big crummy mess like you would with trying to use other knives to cut your bread. So right here in front of my fingers, we're just going to start here. It went through like a champ. Didn't even phase it. Just a forward and back motion. You can just see how tightly woven it was. You can see the edge, nice and clean cut and pull through there. Just across the top here. I lost it a little bit, but just across there, nice, clean cut through all of that with that bread knife. So folks, that's everything I have today on the Shun knives, and if they're sharp, they are definitely sharp. Keep your fingers back while cutting things up with these. Highly recommend them. Hope this helps somebody out there. If you're just trying to make a decision whether or not to go ahead and jump on these or not, sometimes you can catch the big 3 that will get everyone by. Let me grab those out for you. It's going to be the paring knife, the 8-inch chef's knife, and that utility knife. Now, all 3 of these knives here do come in a 3-pack if you don't want to have to get the big block or So on there, what I did with mine is I picked out the ones I wanted and made my own block, and just kind of took it from there. Highly recommend this set here for any beginners. Now, if you just looking to maybe get your feet wet, chef's knife, 100% recommend. It's a good, well-rounder. The other one, if you didn't go with that one for your first blade, the Kyrgyz would be my next lineup for myself. Now, if you feel like the 10-inch is too much, the 8-inch would be, that's the bread knife again, sorry. I got them all a little backwards. So if you think that, you know, the set isn't for you, but you want something that's going to do it all for you, the big 10-inch is a way to go. I'm just flabbergasted a little bit of how sharp they are, and how I plan to keep them. Thank you again for watching, and thank you for your time. This is another episode with JW. Hope to see you back. Thank you so much for your time. I just can't say it enough. I hope you all had a party with this confetti mess that I just made. Hopefully my wife doesn't come in and turn the party off. But until next time, I appreciate your time and thanks for watching.